Bienvenidos a otro video de Fill with Super. Someone tell me how bad I did there, but badly, sorry. Incorrect grammar. Anyway, here's what the plan for today is. Ka-chow. That doesn't make sense either. I just had 2 cups of coffee in the last 10 minutes, so I'm really getting that kick, starting to pump it up. But you know what? It's 10:25, already 6 cups in. It's a good day. We're gonna get rolling on the side skirts today. So what this entails is we're going to take the old ones we had off the Supra, mount them up. Sounds simple, a little more complicated than that, but in a good way. So here's one of the old side skirts already. I have the other one laid out here, and we'll go to this one to take a look. So this is a great shape of what we want. We're just going to need to mount it up underneath the car. We're gonna have to do a couple things to prep first. First off, this is vinyl wrap, and we're gonna have to go ahead and take the vinyl wrap off. Still in good condition, but there are some spots where when I first vinyl wrapped it, it got dirty and didn't clean it in time, so it kind of set itself into the vinyl wrap, and I just want to get that off, and we'll just repaint it from there. So first step is to get that undone. Second step is the best step of the day, which is get gutters. So I had this gutter fall off of our garage and already used one for the Supra, and we're gonna have to go ahead and take this other one and use it for the Nissan. So this is how you're gonna use gutters for your car. I've done this before. Some of you liked it, some of you thought it was stupid, but you're wrong, it's awesome. Jumping back inside, I want to explain really quickly why we're using the gutter. So the gutter is because this car body line, I don't know how well you can tell, but it curves in. And what we want to do is we want to make it rigid, straight down and over. So that way it doesn't look like it's kind of biting in to this side skirt itself. So what's going to happen, going to put that gutter on right at the bottom of the door edge here, down, cut in, bolt it up, bolt this up, bada bing, bada boom. That's the way it's gonna go. So we're gonna go ahead and get a little of that shut up Philip and get to work vibe going. Let's grab the gutter and get ourselves some side skirts. So the way that we're going to do this is we're just going to measure out the distance between the front of the flare here and the back there. Figure out the distance that is. Mark it out on this gutter from one side to the next. Put some marks down, then go ahead and chop it up. And then once we do it, we're gonna chop here and there. And all we're using is this front plate here and the bottom there. So then we'll run a cut along the back side here on the inside, cut off the end, get ourselves just a nice looking L bracket out of it. So let's go ahead and take some measurements on the car so we can get that cut on the gutter. So with both sides cut, we're gonna go ahead and focus on the driver's side and get this side knocked out, and then we'll time lapse the other side for you guys. But the first thing that we need to do is get these flares off the car, so that way we can correctly measure up the gutter to be the correct size. Once it's all measured up, then we're gonna go ahead and trim it to size, and that'll be the next thing that we're going to do. And then we do need to make a little quick pit stop afterwards, and we'll talk about that as soon as we get there. So first things first, let's yank the flares off and get this cut to the exact size instead of just the general size. The way we're going to be installing this is with rivets. So what's going to happen now is we're going to go ahead and start drilling out a few holes on the piece of gutter itself. So we're going to take a ruler and measure them all out, make sure we get even spacing so it looks good. Then we're going to go ahead and start marking them up in same style as what we did with the flares. We're going to drill out the holes, rivet them in, or Cleco pin a couple of them in, and then get going from there. That's the plan. We may go straight to rivets. We'll see.
mix it with your life.
Alright, so with the side splitter skirt thing on for the first part, tucked up and looking all fancy schmancy, actually forms really well and I really like the look. It's kind of hard to tell. We'll get some pictures later, of course. You could always check those out in the Insta balls and they'll be there. But next up, what we need to do is we need to yank the vinyl off this. We're just going to yank it off the bottom here, give it a nice good trim, and then pull it off because areas like that white dot right there, I cannot get off. And I've even watched it multiple times and nothing's happening. So we're gonna go ahead and pull that off and then we'll get that mounted right up. The way we're going to mount it is I have a few screws with some wide thread to drill. All we're gonna do is drill in 4 holes into the bottom and then screw it right up. Although first we might have to do a little trimming because the Mark III Super that I had that on was pretty wide before, so I'm guessing we're gonna have to cut off a good amount, but first things first, let's just get the vinyl off. So I had the side splitter mocked up after getting the vinyl off, and we did run into a small issue, and this is it. Let me see if I can get you a good angle. So it does stick out a little bit too far. So what's going to happen is I'm going to stick on the flare so that way I know how far inside I need to cut, and then we're going to go ahead and just give it a nice chop right down the side, and then we should be good to go. And then it's just right to mounting. On the plus side, I believe the hole that's already drilled out I can reuse. You can't really see the hole, but anyway, it's used out, so we may not need to drill a new one there. If not, it's not hard to drill another hole. So that's where we're at. Let's go ahead and chop it and get it on. Alright, so first off, I'm sorry I didn't get the full video for you guys. I had to run around and try to get a couple drill bits and it was just a little awkward. So anyway, all that being said, I did get the side skirts on and I actually am super happy with how they're turned out. I wish I could put the car down on the ground for you guys right now. I just can't, obviously, because we don't have a front wheel, because I need to get the very end bolt there and I had to take the wheel off. But anyway, that's off. And then on the other side, we need to do everything. So this side's done, other side isn't done. So we're gonna go ahead and roll and get the other side done so that way I can get the car on the ground to show you guys exactly how it looks. Alright, we finally got the other side done. I would show you on the ground completely with the wheels and flares on and everything, but the issue is that I am actually going to start working on the front bumper tomorrow morning. So I kind of need the wheels off right now and up in the air just so I'll be able to work under there. But please stay tuned for tomorrow's video because not tomorrow's video, but when we start doing the front bumper, because it's going to be really, really cool. I'm actually incredibly excited about it. So that really wraps up this video so far. The side splitters are done. I'm happy with them. I keep peeking over. This is the dumb thing about whenever I film in front of you guys in the garage. I'm always like looking at the camera, like make eye contact, be happy. But then I'm like, race cars down there. That looks better than me. So I'm just super happy with how it looks out. We're turning the camera around because I want to show you guys one more time. Yes, sir. Look at those side skirts. Looking all snazzy pants. I don't know if that's a term, but it is now. Yeah, look at that. It'll look a lot better once it's all painted and everything and all the flares are on and the wheels are down. But as I said, I'm starting work on the front bumper tomorrow and I'm so excited. I'm taking inspiration from a render that Brad Builds did at Brad Builds. Roll your R's for a magical effect. I'm doing my inspiration based off his, and I have the parts that I need, or the majority of the parts, and I want to give you guys a little quick sneak peek, not a sneak peek, but kind of walk you through essentially how we're going to start doing it, and then I'll get you guys more updated as the next video comes out. First off, part in the cramped angle back here, it's 9 at night, 8:25. Yeah, totally didn't look right before I zoomed in. But it's dark, it's raining outside, so I can't really open the door, and lights only go over to the under area. I should probably upgrade. But anyway, we're going to start working on the front bumper, and that's going to mean we're going to be chopping this out and all the good stuff. First things we're going to need to do, though, are we're going to need to mount up the little splitter, and then we got some canards there to kind of work with, and kind of touch up around here, make sure it's all nice and even, so that's kind of the plan. But you guys will catch more of that later. So that wraps up this video again. Thank you guys for sticking around and watching this. I had a great time putting these side splitters on. It was a relatively quick and, I'm not going to say easy, because I struggled to mount it a little bit. But it's a fairly straightforward mod that you guys can do too. Gutters, fence post, piece of plastic. Really doesn't get much more simple than that. You could do this for probably under $50 for both sides. I can't remember the total. I paid a little bit more, but I was stupid when I was buying some of the stuff. Don't worry about it. We're good. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
We're good. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. I'm sorry for talking so much. Check out the Patreon links down below. Thank you for those who are our patrons. Really help support the channel. If you want to buy some merch, I don't got none, so sorry. I just don't know what to make, honestly, so I got no logo. So if you want to make a logo, let me know, go. Or just email me, I don't know. This is really the part of the video where I'm like, I have 50 ideas and I want to tell you guys, but I don't know how to execute any of them. So dislike, unsubscribe, hate, comments, bye.